Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. Just a quick explanation on my topic tonight. I'll be talking about a controversial topic. You guys are a general audience, general public, and at the end we're going to have a few question and answer session regarding this topic. So tonight I'm here to talk about child employment. Let's not confuse this term with child labor. The definition of child labor, just so we get to know the difference, is the employment of a child in a business or industry, especially in violation of state or federal statutes prohibiting the employment of children under a specified age. So that's child labor. But what I'm doing tonight, I'm trying to convince you, my audience, that it's important for kids to get involved. We seem to be overprotecting our youth, our kids. It kind of seems that our main concern is for them to go to school, study, and maybe not do anything else. That overprotection is not helping them. We need to motivate them at an early age to start doing something in their lives. Let me start with some personal stories. I remember when I was a kid. Right now I'm 43. Kind of a side note, somebody told me, you don't look your age. Oh, thank you. No, you look older. Okay. That's bad. All right. But 30 years ago, my mother, had a great idea. She went to a local store. She bought a set of brooms. And she told me, Mijo, go around the neighborhood and sell them. And I was thinking, wow. It's the first time that I want to try to sell something, but at the same time, I felt important because I was going to earn something, and I was going to face reality and adversity, because not everybody was going to buy a broom. So there were some people, when I was knocking on their doors, some people that opened it up, oh yeah, no problem, I'll buy it. How much? Okay, perfect sale. But there were some other times, most of them, there was a rejection, that they wanted to buy anything from me. The same thing happened. We had a fig tree in the house. And she used to do, the Spanish word is mermelada de higo, which is fig jelly. She used to put them on small containers. The same thing. Mijo, go around the neighborhood and sell them. All right, no problem. She had a plan in her mind. For me, it was persistence. It was trying to earn a little bit of money. It was trying to help the family and also trying to help myself. What a great lesson. Yes, I did went around the neighborhood, and whenever I couldn't sell them, I walked extra blocks just to be persistent and try to sell them. So 2 stories right there. And also in our backyard, we had nopal cactus. She used to cut them, take the thorns off, put them in plastic, cut them in little pieces, put them in plastic bags. And guess what she said? Mijo, go around the neighborhood and sell them. There you go. I was still in elementary school. The reason why I mentioned this in detail is because I think it helped me out to develop skills that now I'm utilizing later in life. It helped me to face adversity. It helped me to be self-motivated. It helped me to just don't be shy about it and go knock on people's doors and expect the best. And when I didn't get it, no worries. There's another house next door. But that is something that is not happening to our society right now. My fellow Toastmasters. Kids in general are getting distracted with technology. Nowadays, every kid has a tablet. Most of the kids might have a TV inside the room. Now we have cable. There's plenty of distractions, plenty of technology. And this, I mean to say it, this is the first generation that is going through this process. So the consequences, we might not see them immediately, but we might see them maybe 10 years from now. But I don't see positive things happening. What I see is kids that are expecting great results at the end of their school career. If they're if they're good to finish junior high or high school, many of them think, and I know from experience because I went to a local high school here, and I also talked to my brother, many of them think that there's a silver plate with a great job, with a great pay waiting for them. And that's not reality. You have to work hard for your objectives. And that's something that is not happening in our societies. So what are the benefits of the kids getting employed? We all know it. The first one is that they're going to earn money at an early age. They're also going to have the experience to explore future careers. Like if I want to be an accountant and I do maybe a summer internship at an accounting firm, even if I just make copies, even if just by getting my feet inside the office, I'm going to have the experience of knowing what the atmosphere is all about. And if I have the courage to go talk to the accountants, then I might break that barrier. And if you have a strong personality, you might build a little bit of network, maybe a little name that you could add to your resume. So that's a skill that you could acquire. But it's important to keep a good balance between school and work. Let me tell you what our current laws are. Kids under 12 years of age are not allowed to be employed. If you're between 12 and 16, you are allowed to work in limited occupations for limited hours. But if you're between 16 and 18, you can work unlimited hours as long as they are non-hazardous situations. So there's plenty of opportunities. It's important that we don't put the theory, which is just going to school. It's important to also go ahead and practice, to get employment, to get experience. And I understand here that in the audience, there could be people opposing my view. There might be people that think, you know what, I want my kid to be 100% concentrated in school. I don't want for him or for her to do anything else. If she's going to school, that's what she needs to do. Or there might be some other people here that are saying, I don't want my kids to be around older adults, people that I don't know. If it's not my immediate family, if it's not somebody that I trust, I don't want for them to be around those people. That's a good point. But how much are we sacrificing? How much are we overprotecting? Once they go into their real life, they're going to be exposed because they're not acquiring the skills that they need to improve themselves. Let's have a reality check in our society. There's plenty of single parent families that end up having to educate, play the role of a father and a mother at the same time. What's the benefit? What's the disadvantage? For the poor parent, he might be working a full-time job. They get home, do you think they're going to have enough patience, enough time to educate their kids and to teach them everything that they want to teach them? Most likely not. So who's teaching your kids? Who's educating them to be involved? That's something that we're facing right now. That's a reality in this society. So it's up to us to get them involved at an early age, to trust our family members, to don't give them anything for free, to tell them, if you do this, there's going to be a reward for you, and to help them out. Let me conclude by citing a website called the Youth Group, and they're talking about the 5 different steps of how a job and why a job and a career are important. The first one is a good day is a payday, which means without money you can't do much. The second one is if you have a job, if you have a career, it's going to make you feel good. We're talking about young kids. Now, number 3, when you work, you contribute to the community. Number 4, when you work, you develop new skills, you learn new things, and you create a record of employment that you can utilize later in life. And then number 5, which last but not least, you have self-respect, dignity, and self-worth. Fellow Toastmasters, let's teach our kids the importance of being active, of working and being rewarded by their efforts, of developing great minds to develop theory and practice. As Walt Disney said, our greatest natural resource is the minds of our children. So thank you very much, and now I'm going to entertain some questions and answers sessions from the audience. Sir?
Quick one. I stand with what you say. It's great stuff. how do you support arts and athletics and education for providing many of the same benefits that a job does?
Absolutely. I do support those, but they're considered part of the curriculum of the school. In many ways, it's exercise, it's being active, it's very positive, but it's not necessarily teaching them to be employed later in life, which is what I'm trying to advocate. But absolutely, that's a very healthy part of the curriculum. So I advocate after-school activities. Yes,
I
ma'am?
just want to make a comment. When you were describing your mom, it looks like you were talking about my mom.
Okay, maybe they were neighbors, you never know. Okay, anybody else from the audience, any questions?
Friendly neighbors.
Friendly neighbors. All right, so if there's no more questions, thank you very much, and please advocate child labor.